Hello, this is Danny, and take you on a little tour of Gold Canyon, Arizona. This is my first vlog that I'm creating, so bear with me. Haven't been the first time doing this, and being 63 years old, this technology is could be a little challenging, but we'll get through it. So the reason why I'm creating this vlog is to introduce to you Gold Canyon, Arizona, which I think is a great little city on the far east side of Phoenix Valley, and I find it to be, how would you say, very peaceful. The people here, the places are very accommodating. It's very quiet, peaceful, very low crime. The housing is very affordable. It's not cheap, but it's far more affordable than California. And those are the main, Californians, you're the real reason why I'm creating this, because I lived and grew up in California, and I have a lot of friends out there, and I know that many of you are getting ready to retire, and you might want something different. That I don't want to get into politics or anything like that, but people have many reasons why they want to move. One, they want something that's affordable and safe, and you want to be able to make your money stretch, essentially, right? I mean, that's what we're all looking for. And I found this community to be very, very beautiful, and my wife and I really like it. We're both still working, but we found this place to be just very nice. So I'm going to show you the first part. This is going to be the far east side of Gold Canyon. So I'm traveling down the 60. This segment of the 60 is not considered the freeway, and this is not the 60 from the outside area of LA. Anyways, so this I'm going east on the 60, and if you go further down the 60, it's going to take you to Superior, Miami, and Globe. And if you go south from here, you get into Florence and on your way to Tucson. So anyways, this community is called Entrada de Oro, and this is where we live. There's 3 developers. There's KB. There is DR Horton, and the other one is Seasons. So anyways, the entry is very desert, scenic type of a drive-in through. As you drive through, it's very desert, cactus, landscaping, and what else you got? Palo Verdes, mesquite. There's wildlife out here, as you can imagine. We're out in the desert. So this is the entryway to Entrada de Oro. So it's a couple of miles to get to the development. As you can see, the backdrop is the beautiful Superstition Mountains. From my backyard, we have a view of the mountains. It's one of the reasons why we chose that particular lot. We do see occasional coyotes and roadrunners, owls, hawks. Let's see what else we got. Of course, there's going to be rattlesnakes. I haven't seen one yet since we've moved out here, but you have to be careful. When you have a house, you want to make sure that you're not creating a habitat for the snakes. If you have piles of wood and bricks and stuff like that, you're creating a habitat for them, or overgrowth of bushes and stuff like that. You're asking for it. So it's good to maintain your yard to prevent these critters from getting in there and making a home. I have seen cows out here. I don't know if there's a local rancher. The cows they look kind of scrappy, but they were just hanging out, man. There's not much for them to eat, but so as we get closer to the development, you'll see it's a very nice entryway and very inviting if you like the desert. And even if you don't like the desert, I mean, you can really appreciate the beauty that we have here. And like I said, it's just very quiet. Go outside as the sun's going down and it's a beautiful sunset, or as the sun is rising, you could hear a pin drop. And the sunsets, the sunrise is just very dramatic. We get some sunsets where the sky is just on fire, just beautiful. So you can see a lot of Palo Verdes, desert type plants, yucca plants, and bushes of different varieties. And there's some gazebos over there on the side, and when the weather's permitting, it's not too hot, people will go out to the gazebo and have a picnic, and a little play area for the kids if you got young ones. So these are the developer signs. I'll take you through the first one, which is D.R. Horton. So that's the only model they have, and that's a 4-bedroom model. As you can see, they're building. They've been having moderate sales. Right now, I guess the market's a little unpredictable. The interest rates are still a little high. They're hoping to come back up, and hoping that home values will stabilize or increase and not drop down. But the values out here seem to be holding up pretty good. You can look to expect from the D.R. Horton, they're going to be in the high 300s, and then they go on up to about 5, depending on the size and square footage, and whether it's a premium lot or not, and what kind of amenities you want. And across the ways here, this is Seasons, and they've got some beautiful homes. They've got RV garages. Now the RV garages, they come in a 2-story and a single story. But I've been in those garages, and they're huge. For those that have the large RVs, you've got plenty of room for your RVs and your toys. Go riding out in the desert. You can see that some of these lots have some awesome views. These homes are a bit more expensive than the D.R. Horton. They just have a basic home, and then you have to add in your flooring and driveway material and all that stuff. It just, so it can start at a little over 400 and then go on up to like 650, depending again on the square footage and amenities that you want. I think this one right here on the right is probably one of the bigger square footage homes. So landscaping, to talk about that, I used to love, taking care of the yard and do it on my own kind of thing. But it can be a bit much. And you're getting closer to your retirement years, you may not want to get into that. If you have a big yard, it's a lot of work. So I like the yards out here because you can choose plants that are, low maintenance, drought tolerant, and man, if you have to go away, you don't have to worry about your yard. You just have the automatic drip system to water them, and you don't have to worry about mowing the lawn. I put in the artificial turf in our backyard, and the dog loves it, and it looks beautiful. Because it's just, it's putting grass in is just a water waster out here. You want to conserve water. So let me show you the other seasons. They've got two models. These over to the right, these are they just finished these, so they're waiting for buyers. We have a lot of Seguro cactus. I'm planning on putting one in our yard. These are the other models. So KB, they just recently had their grand opening, and I haven't gone in to look at the actual models, but I hear they're very nice. They've got some really good lots. Next year they're going to have some of those beautiful premium lots where you'll have a backdrop of the Superstition Mountains. Looks like the camera's going in and out of focus, and I don't know why. Like I said, it's my first one, and I'm doing it with an iPhone, so that could be part of the problem. I do have a pretty good camera, a Canon, pocket type, but it's a very high quality type, so I might have to do some experimenting with that one. So this is going to be all KB. And like I said, there's going to be some awesome lots out here. The backdrop, the Superstitions. This would be all KB. Now, as long as nothing gets built behind these lots, this is going to be phenomenal. In the wintertime, those the superstitions, the peaks, they will get a little dusting of snow. It's beautiful. In the summertime, we do get the monsoons. Last year, there wasn't that many. They're sporadic, you know. They're microburst, so it doesn't hit the whole entire valley. You know, it's just here and there. Okay, this next segment is in a more established area of Gold Canyon. This is Peralta Trails. I've got some beautiful homes out here. There are some gated communities for added, safety and security. And the lots are a little bit bigger in some homes. Again, the backdrop of the Superstition Mountains, a little closer, and there is a elementary school that we're coming up on. So it's a mixed community. You've got some retirees as well as young families raising their kids. You know, they want to raise their kids in an environment that is not in the city, which you're going to get out here. And so I imagine the classroom sizes are going to be smaller and more attentive to the students, less drama. So I think it's just going to be a really good place to raise some kids. But also for the retirees, it's a very relaxing environment. There's lots to do. Peralta Trails, there are entryways to the trails out here. I have not been on any of these trails yet. I want to really bad. I had recent knee replacement, so I'm still healing from that. But once I do, I'm going to be on it. I'll be hitting the trails and getting some steps in and so forth. I really like hiking. So hopefully my knee will heal well to do that. So you can see the backdrop, Superstition Mountains. So I think the homes out here in this area are probably just a little over 20 years. So, well established. You can see the trees have been growing out as we go through some of these lots. There's a few homes for sale. And because it's a retirement community, unfortunately, death is imminent. So when people die, homes have to be sold. So, that happens, unfortunately. But here you can see you can put different types of plants. We chose to go with some plants that are going to be very drought tolerant, low maintenance. I don't have any grass. Put some artificial turf, as I explained earlier, and it looks great, and the dog loves it, so I'm happy. The dog's happy, I'm happy. My wife goes outside, looks at the yard, looks great, no weeds. So, something to consider, right, when you get close to retirement. And you could always put a pool in the backyard. There's lots of pools. I think per capita, the Phoenix Mesa Valley area probably has the most pools than any other city in the U.S. because it does get hot out here. But I lived out in San Antonio for 7 years, and man, it was hot and sticky. Very high humidity. Out here it's dry. I don't have that high humidity, so allergens, yeah, they're here, but not as abundant as San Antonio or California. I've noticed that my allergies are far less severe. Dog Frenchies have allergies. That's just a given. So it just depends on, environment and what's around. And she just gets allergic to oh my gosh. Certain foods affect her, whatever's in the air. So we just do our best to control that with her. But here you can see it's very nice, very peaceful. Same type of landscaping, desert. I do have friends that live in this side of Gold Canyon, Peralta Trails. They have a beautiful home. They have a pool. It's very nice. And the other type of wildlife that we have out here is javelina. So they look like wild pigs, but they're not part of the pig family. And they're something else. I haven't seen one yet, but they like to eat certain types of cactus and vegetation, and they can be aggressive. I'll have more on that later. All right, for this segment, we're pulling up on King's Ranch. There's a hotel over here on the right. This is the Best Western, the only hotel in Gold Canyon. So if you want to come out and visit, you can stay here. The rooms are nice, a clean hotel. They do have breakfast in the morning. It's provided, full breakfast. The hotel is it's probably 30 years or something. It's been around for a while. Building a new gas station. There is a Walgreens. So down this road, King's Ranch, I have all my medical needs taken care of at this medical facility. Good doctors. There's also dentists around here. There's churches, different denominations, and also non-denominational. And we're getting a little closer to the peaks of the superstitions. So it's real nice. Over to the left, that's the Gold Canyon Medical Center. Like I said, they have some good doctors there, get your blood work, all that stuff done, labs. The doctor that did my knee replacement, he would come out here on Thursdays to cover this area of the far east side. But He's actually a doctor out of Mesa and Gilbert. All right, we're getting closer to the golf course area. It's a beautiful golf course. I don't golf, but I hear there's a restaurant that is amazing. They have Sunday brunch. I got to take my wife there and check that out. But I hear it's very good. You can see it's just a very nice golf course. Over to the left, the Gold Stallion restaurant, pub. They have entertainment during the season. The season being like when it's when all the snowbirds come out here. They spend a lot of money. And here's another school. Gold Canyon. Oh, that's a community church. I'm sorry. They might have a school there too. They have RV storage. But if I had an RV, I'd like to get one of those homes that has a RV garage, so I'm not paying for storage. Now, the homes back in this area are amazing, and we're talking custom homes. The lots are far bigger out here, and this is a more established area of Gold Canyon. Also, towards the end, I'm going to show you where there's some trails that go up to the mountain. Just beautiful. Here's another church. So you can buy a lot out here for a fairly reasonable, amount, and have your home built. There are stipulations, standards, how big the home is going to be, and color and roofing and stuff like that. But you've got a lot of liberty to do what you want, but it's got to have a certain look. You can't go build one of those domes, a biodome or something weird like that, and you can't build or have one of those manufactured homes. It has to be a nice looking home, right? There are builders out here, that all right, let's see if we come up on them, but they have some new homes. Some developer came out here and built a few new homes. So you can see we're passing some signs for sale, and here's some. These are probably a little less, but nice. Home here, RV garage. Some of the homes out here do have stables for horses. And it's really quiet out here. You can see the seguros, they're blooming on the caps. They have these beautiful white flowers during this time of year. There's no sidewalks. These properties here, they have big lots, so you walk around in your lot. Or you're going to have a bike, right? A bike, a combination electric assist type of bike would be really nice to have around here to get around. They got little signs for directions to the trails. I took my sister and my cousin out here. They came out for my birthday and stayed a couple of days, and it was beautiful. It was kind of crisp. It snowed that day. There was snow on the caps, and it was really awesome. These homes are fairly new. I remember them building. Yeah, they were building a few months back. So if you're into horseback riding and you want to have a horse, I'd look into a home out here where you can have a stable. And oh, this one's nice, Adobe type. Over here, this one's for sale. This one's just a lot for sale. You're probably wondering, like, why are there so many homes for sale? But like I said earlier, death is inevitable, right? So, got that going on, and people just kind of moving on. So I'm gonna stop, pull out, and take a video of the mountains here for you guys to see. So you can see it's very peaceful. It's beautiful. There's a couple of hikers going on up. the trail just kind of zigzags, I imagine, and then goes back down around the other side. All right, we're gonna make our way back down. So that was the Gold Mine Trail. Like I said, I want to try that. I want to take that trail when my knee gets better, and it just looks very inviting. So I've looked at some of the prices, some of these properties. So as you can imagine, I mean, they're going in the $1 million range. You know, that's a real nice Adobe type. But like I said, you can buy a lot and have your home built. It doesn't have to be, you know, massive or anything like that. You could make yourself a pretty nice home out here. So all the utilities are here. They just have to tap into them, right? I was looking at some lots up in the Grand Canyon area, and they were really cheap. You can get a lot of acreage, but there's no water, there's no electricity. People buy those lots, and they're kind of like off the grid. You know, they have to have water brought in, so they'll have a water delivery truck and fill up the tank. You got a propane tank for your gas, your cooking needs and heating and so forth. Electricity, they'll do solar. But a lot of them buy the properties as a camping spot. They'll have their campers are fully contained with all their amenities, and they just camp there. So it's a great place if you know to camp out up by the Grand Canyon. That was one of those little utility type ATVs. I want to get one. I like to go rock hunting, and some of these little utility ATVs have got like a little truck bed in the back, and you can put rocks in there and some other stuff, and you can just hit all the trails pretty much. They don't go fast, but at my age I don't need to go fast anymore, so so let's see, how do we get back down? Another nice home right there. So when I get done recording these segments, then I got to figure out, well, how do I get a YouTube account and get it on there and all that stuff. So that's another thing I got to figure out. And I think I have some video editing programming on my computer that I was messing around with a while back. So I got to, get myself re-educated on operating that thing. It might be old where it's going to, be more complicated than what it's worth trying to figure it out again. So I may have to buy some new software. I don't know. I used to, years ago, buy software. You get a CD and load it onto your computer. Well, you don't do that anymore. Now you just shop around online and hope that it's a reliable, trusted site and download the program. Pay for it online and download it. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Oh, so I just passed, well, you can see right here some of it. So this is going to be a whole new development right here. There's a builder. I just passed the signage for that. You can see all the seguros that they're going to be planting and so forth. But so that might be something to look into. So this is just going to be this is my first vlog, in my other future vlogs, I can get into more details. I want to take a visit and show you the inside of those new homes, the model homes, so you have an idea of what they look like inside, and I can give you details about the square footage and pricing and stuff like that. So, yeah, just give me some time. I'll get you all that. There is a local fire department. They're very responsive. And police department, the sheriffs, Pinal County sheriffs. So I always see them around it. There's one right there. So they're on top of everything. We've hardly ever get mentioned in the local news. And the last time that something did come up, a hiker unfortunately passed away a few weeks ago. But it was not of any nefarious action or anything like that. It was very unfortunate. Hiker got lost, didn't have enough water, got disoriented, and unfortunately passed away. There's that restaurant. I went there once. There was a band. It was pretty cool. Food was okay. But I do want to try the restaurant here at the resort. And there's that beautiful golf course. All right, so take you to the last part of Gold Canyon. Driving around in a older model Toyota Tacoma. They call them a Taco. It only has 4 cylinders, so it winds out a little bit, but it works pretty good. It's a good truck. It's my Home Depot truck. They get dirt and plants and stuff like that, or if we buy some furniture, I can just load it up in a little bed. So it's a little work truck. So I'll take you up this way. Mountain Brook, and here's the gas station we have. You can see the gas prices there. I don't know why they're still up there, but I've seen it as low as $2.99, but I don't know what's going on. All right, so more established out here. I've actually haven't gone up this way. I believe there are some gated communities out here. There's a golf club course or club house. But as you can see, these the roadways are well maintained, kept up. You know, they of course all these areas are HOAs, but our HOA is not that much, so it helps to take care of the groundkeeping, and it also, you know, helps to maintain some order, if you will. Until these lots are a little bit more open, so you don't have the high 6-foot walls. And some people like it. You know, some people like the privacy of having a 6-foot wall. And I've also noticed that out here, to segregate properties, for the most part, it's with cinder block. Unlike many properties in California and elsewhere, and even in Texas where I lived, it was with wood, redwood and cedar. Not cedar, but I forget the other type of wood. But and those fences, they'd get blown down with the weather and they rot and so forth. So it's kind of nice to have a cinder block wall, much more durable. what's funny is I had to get used to people driving around in their golf carts. So you see the wide bike lane to the right. They drive their golf carts. It's a retirement community for the most part, and it's perfectly legal, I guess. Nobody gets stopped. Get around in the golf cart. So right here, as we over to the right, there's a McDonald's, and then the convenience store, the gas station. So you'll have golf carts pulling up in there. On the other side of the road, there's a mobile home park, manufactured homes, private community. And we have some restaurants. Italian restaurant is really good. Rosati's, it's over here to the right. There's also an eye center, optometrist. There's a cafe that's really good. Another golf course. And we'll be pulling up on the shopping center. It's not big, but this is our local supermarket called Bash's'. Also within this area, so you got a Jack in the Box. There's a veterinarian that we go to, and they've been really good with our dog. You've got Subway and a couple of other restaurants. There's a Mexican restaurant there in the back, and UPS store, pool supplies, your basic necessities. So this is the last part of Gold Canyon. I think it's the oldest part of Gold Canyon. See, some of the trees are mature. Superstition Mountain Golf Course up the way. Private gated community up there. Turn around. It's a nice area there. I'm not going to run through the whole neighborhood, just give you a look. And from what I can see, being that the trees are more mature, and the cactus, the seguros, they take time to grow, so these homes have been here for a while. And that's pretty much it for Gold Canyon. You can see that it's very quiet. You have the basic amenities that you need, your medical, dental, vision. And I know that the retirees, they love it out here. They're completely satisfied. They've got everything they need. It's funny when the snowbirds come out here, things change. It gets hot, the market gets crowded, and driving's a little challenging because some are, just driving around real slow, the Sunday drivers and stuff. So you just got to be careful. Hey, it's not like I'm going to, eventually I'm going to get that old too, so, but hopefully I'll drive okay. I don't know. So I'll make a few more videos, put them up there. Give me a little time and I'll get it going. And if you have any special request, then put that in the comments. All right, be happy to accommodate your request. Thanks.